It's September 18th, 2017, the third day of fieldwork for the Tawaki project. So, instead of driving hours on end to cover the 80 kilometers between Jackson Head and Milford Sound, as the crow flies that is, by road it's closer to 500 km, instead of driving, we embarked on an extended hiking trip following the newly established trap lines on Jackson Head. After last year's stoat invasion devastated the Jackson Head Tawaki colonies and resulted in almost complete breeding failure, the Department of Conservation decided to install trap lines in Jackson Head in an effort to control the critters and to prevent another poor breeding season for the penguins. And to see if these traps had an effect, we decided to walk along those trap lines to check what had been caught since the traps were deployed in late July. Our day turned out to be a pretty neat hike, following flagging tapes scavenger hunt style to find each of the 30 traps. The traps are so-called self-setting traps that can be triggered multiple times without the need to maintain them overly frequently. At least in theory, but that's a different story. The traps are affixed to the base of trees, and any catch should be just lying underneath them. And in 2 cases, there was indeed something lying there. But it was only rats. Now, dead rats are good news too, as they are known to raid the nests of native songbirds. New Zealand used to be a country of birds. Except for bats, there were no mammals, and the islands were dominated by birds. But after humans introduced mice and rats, stoats and possums, and other kinds of exotic predators, birds disappeared left, right and center. And today, unless predators are controlled, their impact is obvious, or rather audible. Jackson Head's forest is silent for the most parts. There are the odd bellbird, grey warbler or tomtit. But Tawaki clearly are the only birds that still occur in considerable numbers. Let's hope the traps help to keep it that way, and maybe bring the songbirds back in the process.